Hello, we're going to part 17, and this part we're going to be taking out Niger, Chad, and Central Africa if we have time. So let's see if we can just... I've created a few hotspots for these guys. We're just going to declare war, let the AI take care of it mainly. There shouldn't be a huge problem. I mean, they've only had one land production this whole time. We've moved our MiGs down, so they should be very useful in this. But they've decided to produce mounted infantry, which is a really outdated unit, and it isn't very effective. Yeah, mounted infantry, 6 and 5. We've got a couple tanks there, but it won't help them that much. We'll just send the MiG spam after them. And yeah, and it should be just as devastating as it always is. And you see our economy still is suffering. It's not doing very well, so we lost 5 billion in that second there. The Germans are still expanding. They've taken over, or they're trying to invade Norway now. They should be quite successful there. They've declared war on Norway. Invading Finland. It's a matter of time before they invade Sweden, I imagine. But they might get distracted because the Russians seem to be holding out. I imagine the Germans will have a hard time pushing into the suburbs of Moscow, especially with all these distractions up here: Denmark, Finland, Norway, and the British are always probing. I mean, I doubt they'll be able to invade Britain, at least for a while, as the British have a pretty decent navy and the Germans just don't, to be honest. Whoa, what's going on here? What is going on here? The Egyptians are back. The Egyptians are back. Boys, go up here right now. That's incredibly annoying. Come on. We've got a navy. Send the navy here. On the bright side, at least if we destroy them now, we won't have to destroy them later on. It's a minor distraction. Tell you what, we don't need the MiGs that much here. Create a battle zone for this guy. And then we'll leave the AI to take care of this. It'd be good to have these uranium fields, especially when we're making nuclear weapons later on in the game. MiGs assemble and go up here. Hopefully I'll be able to take care of it. Hey, and we're taking out loads of their merchant marine now, so we should be able to destroy most of their units while they're still transporting. And they've got swarms of tanks. I'm really impressed how they're able to build that many tanks so quickly. Don't know what, the production is like 12 land units, so they must be building pretty much solely tanks. But now our quite experienced MiGs will be able to deal with them. These guys have managed to cut them off quite well. And the MiGs, I will probably send the MiGs out into the Mediterranean. They've got very low range. Are you guys coming up? Yeah, you guys are coming up. You can just reclaim these. I'll have to rebuild a garrison here. I thought I had a pretty decent garrison there, but I managed to push their way through when I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah. This is actually probably a good thing they've attacked. Jeez, they must be taking huge casualties. So goes Russia with nearly 2 million. Us, which isn't surprising considering we've used like militia and pretty outdated units the whole game. Germany is taking huge casualties now. Not long ago, I think the last episode they only had like 1.5 million. Now they're taking an extra 500,000. They've got an insane amount of land production. Yeah, they've got an insane amount of production, but I mean they might run out of manpower in a few episodes, especially invading Russia. The Russians are just hardy people, and they should be able to push them out because they're invading loads of other nations as well. And our MiGs are intervening over here. Hey, we should clear them out in no time. And our tractors are only ones who made it up. Where's the rest of the guys? So you guys come up here. I would love to be producing... Just delete this hotspot quick. Love to be producing submarines still, but we don't have the money for it. Quite simply. But if we had money for submarines, then we could quite easily just keep these guys off our coast. But we have no one who's really threatening this coast. It's just the Mediterranean we've got to worry about now. Even the South Africans will only reach this far with their PT boats. They don't have any major cruisers or even escort ships or anything like that. Just wipe these guys out before they become a major threat. Make sure we rebuild the garrison here. And even here. Let's check our manpower. Our manpower's doing quite well. I think we'll still have 1 million troops. Though to be fair, we aren't actually producing any new troops because we don't have the money for it. We'll have to find a way to reform our economy. I mean, it'd be nice if we take over Egypt. I imagine they have a fair amount of money. They also have a fair amount of oil. It's a little while off, but it'd be great if we could take over Saudi Arabia. They've got crazy money. So even if we take their capital, they might have like 100 billion just sitting in the capital, which would be fantastic. It's a real pain to take these guys because they are they're very bad supply in their country because it's mostly desert. Right, let's send the MiGs back down south. Clear all this. And we've also got a bit of a labour shortage in our country, which is annoying, but at least our people are employed. And we're not going to be building any new production facilities for a little while because we don't have the money for it anyway. So it's not a huge problem. Just makes production a little bit more expensive. And I'm happy for these guys to stay up north, to be honest. They can just linger around here. Same as these guys. How are the Germans doing? Yeah, still not doing very well against the Russians. Even the Finns have managed to hold them off. And they'll probably soon take Denmark though. Let's just clear our partisan units. Oh, we're taking out Niger. So I'll come back when we're positioned to take out Chad. Okay, welcome back, and we're about ready to attack the Chadians, I suppose you'd call them. So let's declare war. We've got all our hotspots in place. Let's send them charging in. Our MiGs, I think I put my MiGs in position. Wow, and they've got militia, which is very outdated. Yeah, militia and no garrison in their capital, which is a bad move. Oh, and it looks like the Egyptians are trying to push in again. Let's send our units to chase them down. And we should be taking pretty big casualties, even large unit losses, which is important as well. Egypt, yeah, they've lost quite a few. Have we got any MiGs up here? No, we've sent the MiGs back down south, which is annoying. Alright, everyone, please just wipe out these knobs that are trying to invade the north again. We have fortified this with a submarine. Right, let's have a look back down here. I don't think we should have a huge problem with this. Ooh, they've actually got quite a few units. Right, it's time for the MiGs. They've had time to build up. They've got at least 2 land fabrications. Send in the MiGs. The MiG swarm. It looks like they've got a fair few anti-aircraft guns, which may cause us a few problems. And our economy is doing terrible. Let's increase our taxes, even though they're very high already. Let's increase them to like 90%. Yeah, there we go. And hopefully these guys have money, because if we take over their capital they can give us a little bit. No, they have absolutely no money. That's a pain. It's a damn shame. Where's our infantry? Stuck in the middle of the desert. No, these are just tractors. Well, anybody who's anybody, come over this way and we'll try and deal with these guys. I'm going to put them on full initiative, see if that helps. And these guys have actually prepared quite well. I mean, they've got a large amount of artillery and air guns. It won't stop us, but it will delay us and do a fair amount of damage. And hopefully they don't manage to cut us off. Please destroy these guys. Get the MiGs back in. Even the MiGs are very damaged. We'll have to exploit them until they're. See, they're trying to cut us off here as well. What's the population of these guys? 11 million. Hopefully they've got a few resources. Let's have. I'll have a look once we've conquered them. They should have a few decent resources. Okay, we're taking their capital. Good. I'll be happy when we've removed their ability to produce units down here. Take these guys out. Can we buy any air-to-land missiles? Air launch. This is fantastic. If we could have that. That's pretty reasonably priced actually, considering they absolutely hate us. We'll probably buy that once we've increased our funds. Let's build a battle zone control. Yeah. How are the Germans doing? Still, they're stagnating. It looks like they're not doing very well. I don't think they have a huge economy. Yeah, they're not doing very well economy-wise, which is holding them back. A bit like us. It's holding them back a lot. But it's good to know we have slightly more money than they do.
We need reinforcements.
I'll just take this. It's holding up too many units. And if anybody is down here, if you could get rid of these guys, that'd be fantastic. Just make sure they don't grow too big. Yeah, so there's a lot of independence movements popping up here and here. And here as well. Yeah, we're taking a few losses which we just can't replace because we don't have any money for it. Not heavy losses, but it's not ideal. Not ideal at all. Okay, there we go. Send the MiGs in. It's good to see a few farms because it's good. There's a lot of money in agricultural goods at the minute. And we're near taking out these guys. They should fight to the very end, which is annoying because they have cities way up here. Not sure why, but most guys fight to the last at the minute. I think because they absolutely hate us that they'll fight to the last. Annoyingly, unlike the Congo and Nigeria, these guys are low population, so they don't make a huge difference to us. But it's good to take them out. It's good to secure our borders. Hey, and they've actually capitulated. They didn't put up a huge fight. So I tell you what, I'm going to call this part 17. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, press the bell. Cheers.